What's going on? It's Taylor with a XL-5 update, the 540 fan sled that I'm building for vintage races and just for the hell of it. Really, it's been really fun, but I've made a lot of good changes on it so far, so I just wanted to hopefully quickly go through them all. Yeah, here it is. It is not anything special, but this sled had been sitting since 2002. In a field. Steering was locked up. That was the biggest pain, dealing with this sled and getting it in a okay state where it is now, which is running and driving. And it rips pretty good. So I had to put 2x4s, basically wedge them in either ski and just torque on it with all my strength just to get them moving again. That was such a pain. So after I did that, went ahead and pulled the engine just to really look through it all, and all the fan shrouds were missing. I bought this sled in Northern Illinois like a year ago or so from some kids, and it had been sitting that long, which is just incredible, and it runs perfectly well now. So got the engine back in with the fan shrouds. Got those from a guy in Michigan. Recently, my most recent purchase on this has been both this PSI pipe off of a SRV, and for those of you that don't know, the SRV is basically the same sled, except for it has the TSS suspension, which is their nickname, the pogo sticks, because that's what they look like. So for this sled, I was searching for an XL-5, and that's because these have a 121-inch skid or track, well, skid, but yeah, whatever. And this is an 85, so this whole era of Yamaha is primarily 116. So the phasers, I believe, are 116. The phaser 1s were 116-inch. The phaser 2s were 121s, but the SRV, I believe every single SRV was a 116 track, and this was advertised basically and touted as Yamaha's like 2-up trail do anything kind of sled. So that's why it has the longer skid, which is really, really short still, but these don't weigh much. I wanted the, wow, my mind just went blank. I wanted the spring skis, leaf spring. Yeah, I wanted a leaf spring sled, so I could run this sled in leaf spring classes up north. There's like Arpin and other vintage races that I'm basically building this for that purpose, and hopefully to take on the trail once in a while. But it is pre-mix. I'm mixing 32-to-1. Yeah, so I'll go into the updates that I've done and just the modifications, which aren't very extensive, but it's still worth mentioning, and I'm just really excited about this sled. Yeah, so PSI pipe. My buddy and I got a like late 80s, early 90s, I guess, Polaris, like a 3/4 lug, I think it is. I measured it a while back when we did it, and it's about a 3/4 inch lug. In the future, I would want to do like a 1.25 inch rip saw or something. That would be really, really good on this, for the loose snow in a snowcross event or whatever, because you need traction, obviously. So that was done. So we had the skid out and everything. I'm probably gonna have to do slides before the season starts, and sorry about the wind. It's really windy today. It's really late October here in Wisconsin, southern Wisconsin. Yeah, super windy. It's pretty cold, which is good. It's getting me in the mood. I'm feeling it, so getting excited. Biggest upgrade I did is this 40mm round slide. It's off of a Skidoo 670. I have it jetted 420 main, I believe, and a 50 pilot. And I had to source a lot of parts from this for this. I got a different slide because this didn't work with this. This is a Walbros throttle cable. I got a wall throttle block, RSI Hustler bars, and this Rox and RSI riser combo, which looks pretty cool. It might be a little too tall, but yeah, the carb setup is awesome. I did have this engine pulled a long time ago, right after I got it, pretty much. This had to be changed over to an SRV. This is an SRV manifold to accommodate the 40mm carb, because the XL-V had a smaller carb factory than the SRV, which is all stuff I had to learn, because I tried to put this carb on the original manifold and it was way too small. The carb was way too big, and I just didn't understand what was going on, so I sorted that all out. I have to wire a tether still, but I got it here. I might go with a magnetic tether I've seen guys run on the bar, because it's a little more reliable. All new fuel lines. This is still loose, the whole tank is, but all new fuel lines. It has Boysen PowerTech reeds in it now, which I took out. What I bought this sled with, it actually had PowerTech reeds, but they were junk. They were obviously like 20 plus years old or whatnot, maybe even more, I don't know. So yeah, carb, a way better track that's gonna hook up way better. PSI pipe, the risers, this whole bar setup, which I'm pretty stoked on. So I got a long ways to go. The hood is currently at a body shop locally, and it's gonna get sanded and painted professionally, because I did try to rattle can it and I was just not happy at all with my results. I have a clutch guard in the shed here, but I gotta get this pin, I guess, or really the rear pin. But yeah, I'm gonna start it here for you. It sounds really good. I think it's jetted a little fat yet, but I'll get it all dialed once it's actually really cold and winter. So
so here it is running.
but I want to replace that seat, the original XL-V seat, the 2-up seat, with a SRV seat. It has that same cutout right here for the gas tank. And it's that notch that goes around the gas tank, well, the filler basically, and it's much more sleek. I would assume it's lighter, and then I gotta figure out some ways to lighten up the sled maybe. And maybe in the next few years, if I keep the sled, I do want to upgrade to maybe a rip saw or just another 1.25-inch track, maybe even 1.5 inches if this tunnel will fit that. Some guys run Comet clutches, primaries, so maybe look into that, do some testing there. Get the jetting spot on once there's snow on the ground, and I can kind of build a little track or something and just really put this thing through its paces. Get the clutch guard on so I don't blow off my face. Yeah, so just a little update on my little build here. I'm getting really excited. It's getting cold out, so the feelings in the air, I guess. Really excited about the riser setup. Yeah, I gotta obviously cut down my recoil because the rope broke, so I had to put a new rope in, obviously. And I want to do some tunnel modifications, or mostly with the running boards, so I can get more grip. I've seen guys run self-tapping screws on this roll so that you don't slip off and dump it. Yeah, I got to get my tether routed, so tons of other stuff to do, but I've made it a long way with the sled. It was completely bone stock and looked like hell sitting in a field for 20 plus years, so I'm getting really excited about it. So that's it for now. Stay tuned. I'll hopefully upload another video as I go, and when I get the hood back from paint, I'll reveal that because it's gonna look really cool. Yeah, I'm gonna have to probably remove these. That's gonna be a pain on this tunnel here, these graphics. And yeah, so peace.